if you've had the goal to build an online business, doesn't matter if it's AI related or not, doesn't matter if it's an agency, an info product business, a consulting business, really, it doesn't really matter what you've been trying to do, but you haven't been successful, not because the opportunity isn't great, but because you haven't believed in yourself enough to actually go all in, then I'm bringing you guys a transformation that is just so good that I was just so excited for this transformation that I asked this client to get on a call with me after he signed his first client. And for some people, it may not necessarily be making $1 million a month, but for me, I think that your first win is the moment that your entire life changes. And I love to speak with founders who experience their first win because I want to take that moment in their journey and document it and just use it as an asset to inspire others to believe in themselves. And what you guys will hear in this story is something so exciting because actually you're probably not going to hear in the story because after this interview, I gave this client access to our Truth Engine, which is a new feature we've added to our AI platform. And in 48 hours after we had this talk, he closed his second client. The next morning, literally 12, 15 hours later, closed his third client. 48 hours after closing that second client, actually third client, he closed his fourth client. He went from closing his first client in the first month and going on a dry spell to closing 3 clients in less than 72 hours while still working a 9 to 5 full time and, being an engineer graduate. And in my opinion, bringing these type of transformation to the world is the most valuable thing that I can do in my position because so many people never achieve what they dream of because they just don't want to take that first step. But I promise you, when you take that first step, there's just something that happens with the universe where the universe finally feels like you're deserving of success and it just starts raining. So if you're on the fence and you've just been struggling to go all in, you may already be in the game, but not truly committed to the thing you're doing, right? This client had already put in his resignation letter before he signed his other clients, just from the fact that after closing his first client, he realized that everything changes. He cannot just rely on his 9 to 5 to actually win, right? Anyway, I'm bringing you guys this interview. I hope you guys find it helpful. And again, if you want access to what we've been working on, especially the Truth Engine, because it's just changing the game when it comes to transformations for our clients in our community, then click the link below and access the Truth Engine below. Take care.
All right. So I think what would be really nice is instead of just kind of like getting straight into the wins or whatever, is walk me through, because what I read is that before you started working with us, you had never like launched any business before. And that was the part that was super interesting to me because most people who are starting a business, they don't necessarily succeed in the first month or 2 or 3 or 6 or 10 months, right?
Yeah,
But I
for
wanted to
sure.
understand, like, how is it that, what is your way of thinking? What is your background? And how do you just cook? So you want to walk me
Yeah.
through, like, what's your background? Where are you from? What have you been doing before you kind of like launch your offer?
Definitely, yeah. So, yeah, I have never done anything business related in the past. Yeah, like I told you, I'm based out of Florida. My background, I was in school for software engineering, data analysis, so technical background, but not anything business wise. So I really
Yeah.
just, for this year, I've been really just playing with the idea of doing a marketing agency, but it's just not really knowing how to start, where to start, too many components. So to be honest, like I told, who was it? When I got the setter call and I kind of reached out to you
Yeah.
guys because I wanted to join the webinar, I had told the guy, I was like, hey, I saw your content specifically, and I was like, okay, I want to just get this up and running because I know I could
Yeah.
definitely do it. I just got caught up on the idea of being perfect, launched everything
Yeah.
perfectly. Of course, I was like, nah, let's just do it. Let's run it. So yeah, I mean, I just did it. I went full force into that, and like you said, I didn't expect, first couple months at all to be, anything successful, but so far it's been good. And yeah, like I said, never had any business experience. I think my way of thinking was more so put my mind to it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. And with the team, it's been really great just working with them. I've just been really pushing myself as well to, make sure I follow up on everything, make sure I'm getting everything
Yeah.
done, setting up the right systems in place, getting everything done. And
I
here it
like
is.
that.
I just know the consistency has paid off. And I know for sure this month will be even better. And yeah, I would say that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so you said one of the things that I've started noticing this, but we've had a lot of technical people join our program recently. And I don't know if it's because of
Mhm.
AI. I think AI is finally giving the technical guys a
For
much
sure.
more exciting perspective to actually launch a business. Because
Hmm.
previously, if you're a technical person, it wasn't a business that actually lay in your strength. It was more so
Exactly.
like qualitative type of stuff, like, okay, be good at
Hmm.
sales or be good at marketing. That is not really about tech, but AI is kind of like you understand AI AI, therefore you understand more so of its potential to be applied to things that you aren't
Exactly. Yeah,
so
definitely.
qualified
That
at.
definitely caught my eye for sure.
Yeah.
100%. I was like,
And
dude, this
when did you,
is
yeah, so where did you come to us from an ad? Like, was it YouTube? Where did you hear
um
of our
I
brand?
think I've been watching your content for some time. Like I've seen you for I think
Hmm.
over a year or so, but not didn't dive into it too much. I think it was from YouTube. I think you had a webinar link or something like a free
Yeah.
webinar type of thing. And
Yeah.
matter of fact, I don't think I even went to the webinar,
No.
but there was I think it was like a wait list to join, and I
Uh-huh.
put my information, and then someone had reached out to me, and that's kind of how it started. And I was like,
Okay.
let's pull the trigger.
But you did watch the webinar eventually, like
Yeah,
afterwards,
yeah.
or
So
no?
yeah. He sent me the recording after, but I think the actual webinar I wanted to like join, I didn't actually
Yeah.
join, but I watched it after one.
Okay.
It was a lot of information. It's good.
Yeah, sick, sick, sick. So walk me through. So you get started. What do we suggest? What is a playbook you run? What market do you go after? What are you pitching? And we'll get into the acquisition right after.
Yeah. So when we started, Isa is my manager. So I had spoken with her and
Yeah.
she wanted to know about the niche. And from personal experience, I know a couple people who do life insurance. So I wanted to, it was a little bit of a risk. So I didn't know anything about the space, but I knew at least from personal experience and people around me kind of telling me, they have a hard time with acquisition, getting clients, marketing, etc. So I was like, this is perfect. These people need systems. It's like build and release. It's literally the
Yeah.
perfect fit. And when I did the, I forgot which doc it was, but it was like who you are or, why you or something like that, going over all the
Yeah.
research and the market research, seeing the TAM is crazy. So I was like, okay, this is the way I want to go. And then,
Mhm.
yeah, just getting started into that. That's how we started. The playbook was more so like a full build and release system as like the higher ticket
Yeah.
offer, acquisition, content, appointment systems, everything, that you
Yeah.
can think of.
Hmm.
And when I had started, I, started running ads, but a lot of clients were not at the mark because I wanted to target people doing 10K a month plus. But a lot
Or
of them,
more.
of
Yeah.
course, people opt into the ad and they're not at that mark.
Yeah.
But like I had said in the chat earlier, that I didn't want to just waste these leads. I wanted to try to service them in some way possible. So that's why I
Hmm.
wanted to do a lower ticket offer like ads launch or just something monthly management of ads or CRM build or something like
Mm.
that as well, because I don't want to just throw these leads away. I want to
Yeah.
capitalize off something that I can. So that's kind of how it started off.
Okay, so you went to ads in the insurance market, got leads, weren't necessarily qualified, making over 10K per month, but then you still
Yeah.
had leads. So you downsold them to, because that was, so walk us through is that the first deal that you closed? Is that how
Yeah,
you
so that's
closed it?
that's the first deal I closed. Yep. So she definitely did not qualify for the bigger offer because a lot of these agents
Yeah.
they don't necessarily need a system if they don't have the lead flow. So what I kind of told them like, hey, we have this bigger
Yeah.
offer, but we can walk you through that in the future once you have the lead flow,
Mm,
build the system, and kind of go step by step to
yeah.
build up to that offer. So that's where my mindset was, just thinking of that.
Nice. That's good. And how much did you charge for the setup of the lead mechanism?
For the setup, it was 2K. She
Yeah.
paid up front and then whatever ad spend they wanted to put in.
Nice.
So it's pretty
Nice.
good.
You know what's funny is I know people right now who are in your situation getting leads and they say these people aren't qualified. But what they don't understand is that they might be unqualified for a Ferrari, but they're still going to buy a Honda, right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
what's beautiful about I don't know if you got to it just intuitively, but the best sale is when you position yourself as like, hey, I could sell you this, but you're not ready for it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you this little system. It's going to get you ready
Hmm.
for the next system. And then they're like, oh my God, this person is so caring for me. They got my best
Exactly.
interest in.
That's
And then
exactly the
they're
way I
like,
approached it. Yeah.
right? Which is so
100%.
good. Which is so
No, for
good.
sure.
Which I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah. I'm glad I did
Um,
because I didn't want to just throw them away.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing because one of the things that I've always, and it keeps killing me, right? It's this idea that everybody wants super qualified people, but there's like the 8 billion people on Earth, all of them are broke. Most of them. There's like
Yeah.
maybe like a million
Exactly.
people can actually afford something or making good money in the world, but
Hmm.
everybody's broke. So if you're just gonna sell sell something that is super stupid expensive, then you're not playing the game of how the world works, you know?
Exactly.
But you can't play that cheap game if you're not
Yeah,
expensive, which, you know what I
exactly.
mean?
It's like you got to find the balance. Exactly. That's why I
Yeah,
was worried as well. I didn't want to come off as like, okay, we're just, like anybody can afford us, but also
exactly.
just
Yeah.
position it, like you said, as, okay, we have this bigger system, but we can just help you out with
Hmm.
this because you're not ready for that yet. So I think that definitely
Correct.
helped a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And then how, because I know that that first sale from your own business, from your own idea, from your own ads, from your own words, from your own system, changes the paradigm as to how money works. Because
Oh,
you literally went, like, I want
crazy.
to break down how that felt.
Yeah, crazy because I literally was just talking the other day about this, which is crazy because before I launched, my past belief was like, dude, online money is impossible to make. Like, this is crazy. Like, I didn't even fathom the idea of like, okay, it's going to be this easy, to be honest. Not saying everything's super easy, but it's more attainable than most people think. And that I thought, because before this, I was like, this is going to take some months. Like you said, most people are not successful in the first couple of months. But I saw that and I was like, wow, like it opened my mind completely,
Right.
360 because yeah, like I said, I did not even fathom the idea of like making money online that quick and that easy. And I think it just opened my mind because when I got that sale, I was like, wow, like this is as real as possible. And
Yeah.
it just really opened my mind up a lot.
Yeah. And one of the things I remember when my first ever client was I did outreach with VAs on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
I got them on a call. I sold them a VSL funnel with ads. I had never read it myself. And I was like, let's do a 90-day. I leveraged Sam Oven's script, which was, hey, if it's normally like 2K per month, but if you pay $1,500 a month, but if you pay 3 months in advance, I'm going to give it to you for like, 20-30% discount.
Mm-hmm.
And he wired me like in Canadian, it ended up being like $4,000. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
It's
And
crazy feeling.
it's insane. It's insane
It's
because
insane.
if you come from the traditional 9 to 5 world, then you,
Yeah,
for me, I was making 2K per month. So that was like 2 months worth of work. So like
exactly.
172 hours times two or so. And I got that from just speaking with one stranger in one call.
That's exactly what I thought too. I was like, dude, this is my one paycheck. I made this in, like you said, one call.
Like,
And it's like, okay, I
yeah,
want to go full in on
let's
this because
go.
it's
Let's go
crazy.
all in.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. So now have you closed another deal, Sid?
No, today actually at 12, I have an onboarding call, so I need to collect payment from her, but I
Okay.
confirmed with her yesterday, so she should be good to go. Just fingers crossed
Nice.
she comes through with payment. So that should be another close with the same
Yeah.
ads launch. And I have another
Nice.
follow-up call with, so I've been getting calls good, but the only thing I've been struggling with is a little bit is no-shows. So I'm working with Issa to get on that. But yeah, so far, hopefully I'm gonna get another client today. So
Sick,
just got to get the
sick, sick.
payment.
Let's go.
Yeah,
All
man,
right,
I'm
you keep
excited.
keep me updated, and let's see. Maybe
Yeah,
we add
yeah,
that to the interview.
yeah, for sure.
So how many leads do you have so far since you launched that ads campaign total?
I think last time I checked, it was about 240. I
Okay,
think
cool.
200, yeah, like 200-ish.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that
there
has
is a
been
way
killing
you
it.
could. I think there's a way you could re-engage them before the end of the year and say, hey, if you sign up today, we're gonna throw in this little bonus, but I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna drop a process around that in our system of how we re-engage our entire
Okay.
CRM to just get them over the fence because
Mm,
these people are not gonna. They're gonna buy, but they're not gonna buy on the timeline you want them to buy. So you have to engineer a
exactly.
scarcity and urgency so that they actually convert much sooner and
Mm.
you make your money faster.
Yeah, because I saw your message, but it was like for people like 500 leads in
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah,
CRM. So I was
yeah.
like, okay, maybe not. But I think I
Yeah,
saw
but you
something
have
about that
200.
as well.
I
Yeah,
think it's
I was
good.
like,
I
it's
think you have
close.
200.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
sick.
perfect.
So, okay, beautiful. Now, what other thing have you learned from, what realization have you had now that you're more so paying attention more so to the business side and you've gotten on sales calls? Like, what is the feel? What have you, any insights that you've acquired from just going more so on understanding marketing, sales, and then speaking with actual professionals, people in running their own businesses? What have you realized? Is there a realization that you've had?
I would say, because compared to before I started,
Yeah.
I thought these people were a lot smarter, more qualified. So I'm not going to say, I'm not as qualified, but I would say that's
Mhm.
like the big realization that I can definitely do it. I would say before starting, I was like, this is out of my league. Like, I can't do all of this, but with the right systems and everything in place, it's easy. Like it's you design the system for you to win. And that's like the biggest realization I took out of the whole process so far. I would say with
Yeah.
marketing, I've definitely learned a lot. That was not my strength, but definitely
Hmm.
learning a lot in funnel hacking other people as well, which is kind of fun and seeing, what is out there. Because like I told
Yep.
you, this is not my niche and industry that I know everything about, but I've definitely learned
Hmm.
so much, especially with the sales calls. Sales is not,
Yeah.
I told you my background is technical, so sales is not my first, biggest thing, but I think I
Yeah.
definitely learned a lot and I closed that client myself. So I would say I can learn from it. But I mean, the insight, yeah, I would say in general is just a lot of it is more possible than what people think. That's what
Yeah.
the biggest
I
thing
think
is.
I think one thing you just said, which is you would expect that the people you're going to sell to are more qualified and more smart about like growing their business or growing their careers and professions than you. But when you get on sales calls, they don't know shit about growing their own business,
Exactly. They have no
right?
idea. They're just doing
They're
whatever,
clueless.
yeah, they're just trying whatever, doing whatever, no strategy, nothing behind
which
it.
is which is crazy because let's say for you, right? Let's say people need more growth, people need more AI systems. We could have everyone in old careers, right? Because if you think about it, being an insurance agent is technically a business opportunity. It's a career
Yeah,
opportunity. So
for
the
sure.
firms sell you on become a contractor, a broker, and then
Hmm.
go sell insurance. You're going to get high ticket deals, and you're going to
Yeah.
get a recurring every year
Hmm.
on the policies you sell. But then they're like, oh, by the way, go cold
Mm.
call your family, call everybody. Just figure out a way to get
Exactly.
customers. Like it's the
Exactly.
craziest way. Imagine selling people an opportunity, but you have no infrastructure for them to actually grow in their profession,
Exactly. And they buy it, right?
right?
They're into
It's
it.
insane. It's
Yeah,
insane.
it's
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 insane to me,
insane. That's
right?
why I saw that niche. I was like, yeah, they need something to, structure, get them
Yeah,
leads, get them clients. So I think that was the
yeah,
right move for me.
yeah. I love it. I love it.
It's
Have you
good.
had access to the research agent, like the Truth Engine?
I actually was just about to check. I don't think so, because I know you sent a
No.
message
Yeah.
with certain amount of people on there. I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah, because what you just said is something interesting. Because I don't know if you saw this client Wasim. He closed yesterday
Yeah, I just saw.
this deal, and
Hmm.
I think for you too, it might actually work really well, right? So the way that I would probably suggest you use it is you can go do deep research when it comes to insurance agents, find their competitors, run their playbook, understand everything that they're doing top to bottom, and then use that asset as, hey, if you jump on a call, I'm actually going to do a breakdown of the entire strategy from end to end, because this client that he got to pay 8K 4K up front, he didn't necessarily believe enough in the strategy on the sales
Hmm.
call, so he went ahead on a Truth Engine, did a deep research, right? Found the offers, found the funnels, found the competitors, found ads are currently running, found everything, and then just literally said, hey, here's your competition, and by the way, you lack all of this. Our job is to set up
Hmm.
this system into your business. And once you saw that,
Wow, that's super powerful.
so I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you
for
can do
you
the
too,
same.
exactly. To all the 240 leads that you have, if you
Hmm.
offer them, hey, I'm going to actually lay down the whole strategy, but you can only book a call in the next 48 hours if you want to speak with me and see this. And then you
Hmm.
present it to them, and it's like, hey, this is our gift for Christmas. And then at the end, just make a pitch. Do you want to? And then you're like, but if you make a decision to buy before Christmas, by the way, it's let's say you're like, normally it's 5-10K, but right now we can do the setup for 2.5,
Hmm.
and you pay it in
That's
full.
yeah, that's super powerful. I saw that
Yeah,
message with Wasim, and that was super
yeah,
cool. I was like, that's why I
yeah, it's
checked. I
sick.
was like, oh, I wanted to see if I have access, but I don't think
Yeah,
I do.
I'll give you access. Just give me your email. Yeah, we didn't.
Perfect.
Just make sure you give me a little testimonial for when we do launch this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, of course. I got you, man.
Yeah,
No, like I said,
yeah,
I'm super satisfied with how everything's going.
yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Now, what's your goal? Like, what is the number that you're chasing? That you're like, okay, if I can hit this, like everything. Okay, now I can like
I
everything
would
changes.
say, yeah, I would say next year my goal is 50K a month
Yeah,
revenue. I would say ideal like stretch goal would be like 100K a month would be good.
yeah,
I think with the right systems and the right people, just building up client results and wins, I think I can definitely get to that. So I would say that's a good goal for me.
yeah, yeah. And have you done the math as to how to get there?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, with the higher ticket systems, yeah, definitely it's more than doable. It's more so
yeah.
just speaking to the right people and just leveraging the people I have right now. That's why I'm
Hmm.
really just focused on closing the clients that I'm getting, the leads I'm getting, trying to
Yeah.
really, get double down on that, make sure sales calls are going well, make sure
Yeah.
everything is in place correctly, so then I can just scale up further. I think my next step is also just doing more marketing, content creation as
Hmm.
well. So that's kind of the next step I'm looking towards once I close some more
Yeah.
clients.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. And what would you say has been your biggest obstacle? Like, let's say right now, you close your first deal and you're about to close your second. What do you think, if you could make it inevitable for you now to close a deal a day, what do you think would be the one thing that you would focus on? Like, let's say you're
Oh,
like, okay, like
yeah.
you've done that, you've already validated you can get a client, but what if you had to get a client every day? What do you think is the bottleneck keeping you from getting there?
I would say it's the marketing. That's why I said content creation and marketing would be the next step.
Mm,
Because yeah, like a lot of people, with the clients, they're like, is this a scam? Like, what is this? They don't know
mm,
about it. So I don't think I have enough information out there for them to gain the trust,
trust you? Yeah.
build that trust. Because also in the insurance space, there's a lot of these people have tried lead vendors and this and that. So they already have even worse trust. So I think that's the biggest bottleneck.
Yeah,
So that's why I said content creation and marketing would be my best next step to build more of that trust.
yeah. And have you dived deep a little bit into figuring out, okay, what channel that's going to be? If you had to pick one channel to do content on, what would it be for
Oh,
this market?
I would probably say Instagram. I've seen other competitors and things like that. Instagram is probably the best. I mean, Facebook as well. So I would
Mhm.
say just Meta, yeah, in general. I mean,
Meta?
I think YouTube maybe in the future, but I would say Meta would be the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the funnel would look something like this. You do shorts, just by the way, not some complicated cinematic, highly edited
Yeah.
stuff. Take your phone, yeah, just talk your shit, right? And then CTA, YouTube. You have to have YouTube because the mindset through which people are on when you're on IG, you're not really like paying
Hmm.
attention. You're just trying to find the
Exactly.
next hit of dopamine, right?
Hmm.
But then you got to move them away to a format where their mind state changes. And in YouTube, right? Like this video, I'm going to drop it on YouTube, and people watching this are probably watching it. They're not. They might be scrolling, but they don't have that itch to go scroll, right?
Exactly.
They're just paying attention. They're waiting for, oh, are they going to share an insight? So YouTube,
Hmm.
you have to get on YouTube, right?
Okay.
And then from YouTube, well, I would do many chat, and then because then you're going to have a conversation because they're literally going to opt to raise their hand to get the asset, and then you
Hmm.
don't even need to have any CTAs on YouTube. Just have the CTAs in private on the in the DMs,
In the
right?
DMs, yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely something I could do
yeah. But you
for
have to
sure.
commit to doing it every day,
Yeah, that's true. It's the
one video a
consistency.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but if, like you said, if it's, I think that's the thing, like I told you, the perfection thing, like you said, it doesn't have to be highly cinematic and stuff like that. So it's just starting.
Yeah, just starting is the biggest,
Yeah.
especially if you come from an engineer mindset, a background. You guys always tend to overthink a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I'm breaking that
yeah,
belief. So I can
yeah.
definitely do that.
I love that. I love that. But one, I would like to go back. We didn't talk about this enough, and I think this is the part where it's super important because most people who are maybe where you were before you started are not
Hmm.
necessarily going to be helped by the fact that we say, "Oh, this is how we sold. This is how we got leads. This is how you're going to close the other deal, or
Yeah.
this is the insights you got." What they going to benefit from is what changed from the moment you made a decision to actually go all in and invest in yourself and the moment that you initially had that spark. So walk me through what made you initially even want to start a business. Like what led you that path?
I think the biggest thing is obviously financial freedom, time freedom, and one big thing for me, like personally, is for my parents. Taking care of them, making sure
Mm,
that's in place. Because I know I couldn't do that with a 9 to 5. We all
Yeah.
know that. So I think that, really pushed me to make that change and invest in myself. And also, to be honest, investing to this, I didn't have the full 10K to put down. I didn't have any of it. To be very honest, like I took a very big risk.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot to put down at all. Nothing. I
Yeah.
took a very, very big risk. I think I did that as well to put my back against the wall to say like I need to make this work because I
Yeah.
think some people, myself as well, need that push and that urgency to actually grow because I think without
Hmm.
that, you're just, you can just continue to do the same things that you do but not see the results that you want to see. So I think that really
Yeah.
closed the gap for me. It's like, okay, I want to push through this because that first call I had, forgot who it was, but we had a call in to kind of, we just had a conversation about what I was interested in. And I told him like same day I sent the payment, I was like, hey, let's get started. I was done thinking of, okay, all the
Hmm.
possible scenarios. And, like you said,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the perfection, it was killing me. So I was like, no, I
Yeah.
need to move. Like I'm tired of this. So I want to
Yeah.
move forward. So that was really the biggest thing that
Interesting.
got me to there.
Wow. Because so many people, for me, I mean, I've told this story a lot, but I had to quit my job to actually make my first dime with an agency, right?
Hmm.
Like, it's not that I had not learned. I had gone through all the courses. I had gone through all the programs you can think of. I knew how to run ads. I knew how to sell.
Hmm.
I knew how to put together offers. I knew how to hire. I had been a manager in my previous role. But there's just something about just treating it as an option. So
Exactly.
like if it's just
Exactly.
like, oh, yeah, I'm excited. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have my own business. Like if it's still a plan B, yeah, forget
Exactly.
about it.
And that's exactly why at the end of this month, I'm quitting my job.
Really.
Because I'm still working right now, but at the end of this month, I already committed to
You
that. I'm
said,
quitting my job. Yeah.
fuck yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because, yeah, I mean, like I said, we talked about at the beginning, like it opens your mind, like you said, you made this much money and that was, a month of your work or 2 months of your work. It's
Right?
ridiculous. It's ridiculous to not
Yeah.
go all into that. So yeah, I'm definitely
Let's
going to go
go.
down that path because if there's no
Let's
other
go.
option, then you're forced to grow. You either sink or swim. That's pretty
Yeah, you
much
have
it.
no choice.
So
You have no choice. Yeah,
I'm going to go all
let's go,
in.
man. Let's go. I'm
Yeah,
proud of
for
you. I'm
sure,
proud
man.
of you.
Yeah, man. I
Um,
appreciate that.
it's the best decision you're ever gonna make because you don't understand if you still have a job and you still have 8 hours a day that you gotta clock. Not even work. I think more people think that to run a business you need like lock in 10 hours a day. No, it's
Mm,
that fresh mind that when you wake up you're fresh and you can just think how do I solve the biggest bottleneck in my business.
exactly.
If you spend that first hour 2 hours going to get a paycheck and then an extra 6 hours so you're full day and then you're like, oh, I'm going to go close deals at the end of the day you're going to create content when you're done before work. Doesn't fucking work,
Exactly. It
you
doesn't
know.
at all. Not at
um
all. Trust me, I've tried it. Like right now,
yeah.
it's difficult. It's not easy at all.
Yeah. And the other two insight that I've had was that the mindset that allowed me to truly be like, you know what, I can fucking go in was this idea. I was like, if these guys are willing to pay me 2 grand a month, then that means that I'm worth more than 2 grand.
Exactly.
So if another guy is willing to give me money for my potential, then I can even use my own potential to do bigger shit. Like imagine how crazy that is, bro.
Exactly.
Like
It's
someone else
insane.
is willing to pay you, but you won't bet on yourself and use the time and the energy and the skill and the brain that someone else
Hmm.
is paying. By the way, you already have proof of concept that you are
Yeah,
getting paid for your value, but you're
exactly.
not willing to you're like, oh, I can't trust myself. What do you mean? Someone else is paying you for your potential.
Exactly. And that's exactly the belief, like the eye-opening insight I got. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
like that's why I said I'm gonna, I wasn't originally planning to quit, my job
Yeah.
until I got a little bit further up, but I was like, no, this month I'm gonna kill it. And then yeah,
Let's
we're
go.
done with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's do
Here.
it, man.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
do it.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I think yeah, you're going to see how the universe just completely bends to your desires when you're all in. But when you're just 50-50,
Hmm.
like yeah, then the universe is like, yeah, whatever, man. You're treating this as a game,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
very excited to see what's coming up and see how it can progress. Because yeah, I definitely have a lot of big goals. I want to make sure get them done. And like I said,
Let's go.
the help of you guys has been super good. Like can't complain at all. So really
Hmm.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I don't know if you had any questions for me or any insight that you wanted or, let me know if you have any questions. Any questions you had?
No, no, no. I didn't have any questions or anything. Yeah, I mean, it's great to talk to you just to kind of chat it up, see what's going on. But yeah, if you can give me access to that, I'll definitely see what I can do with that, because I definitely would want to research more, see what we can do,
100%.
because that'd be perfect.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
man.
give you access, and then let's try to engage your list next week so that we can just get as many of them. Like let's just flood, your calendar before people go off on holidays, and then let's collect like an extra 10K this month.
Yeah, man.
I think
I'm
it's
excited.
doable.
Yeah,
Let's go.
100%, 100%. I'm
Easy.
doing it. We're gonna do it for sure.
Yeah.
I'll keep you updated, man. But yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm fired up that you're quitting. Let's go. That's so sick. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm like, every day I go into work, like, these past couple of weeks, I'm like, dude, like, it's like a waste of my time. Like
You could
that's
be
how I've been
cooking.
feeling. Exactly. I'm like, this how I'm feeling. Like, it's a waste of my time to be going into work. So that's why I'm like, I need to quit. I need to get out of this.
I love it. Cool. So yeah, let me give you access to the Truth Engine. Do research, and then Monday I'm going to drop the entire kind of like playbook to how to re-engage, and then I'm going to create a private groups cohort for this so that we can just go crazy, and then
perfect.
Yeah, let's get you everybody because you have access to 240 strangers. For me, the way I look at it is, if I have access to 240 people's email, phone numbers, then I technically have access to their credit card. Now it's like I need 10K from 240 people, which is like $100 from each, and then we're good to go.
Exactly. No, it's definitely doable, and I'm excited to see what's going on.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome, man. Yeah. Thank you for making time to jump on this call. And it's great to kind of like hear your journey and the results you're getting, and the fact that you're now just you've got enough proof that you're like, okay, I can actually do this, enough to bet on yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm really appreciative of this, grateful for everything, and definitely looking forward to the future.
Let's go. And maybe to wrap this up, if you had to give an advice to the you that was watching these YouTube videos, now that you're in a bit more advanced position and you've gone through it, what would you tell yourself? Like, is there something that you've had on your mind? Like, because you've been probably consuming a lot of content, paying attention to a lot of different businesses that you could kind of like launch and scale. What would you tell to that person who's still just like on the fence and not yet going and pursuing their dreams?
If I tell myself, I would have told myself to start earlier. That's the only thing I would have said. Start earlier. Stop dwelling over all the little things of how you're going to do this, or how is this going to work, or just believe that it's going to work. And like you said, the universe will bend to your desires. And that's something that I've been tapping into as well, because it's true. Bet on yourself. It's going to happen. That's all I would say. Just start earlier, honestly.
Let's go. Let's go.
Man.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Again, thank you again, and have a beautiful Friday.
Sir.
Let's cook.
You as well.
Let's cook.
All right, man. Yes, sir.
Take care. Have a good day. Bye.
You too, man.